Now, the next piece of advice I'm going to give you is going to be in relation to fear. So, when it comes to exams, probably the most common emotion or the most common thing that people fear, that people feel when they think about exams is they feel afraid, they feel scared, and they feel fear. And the main sort of type of fear that they feel, the main way that they get afraid is they are afraid of failing the exam. Now, it might seem like, this really makes sense. It might seem like it makes sense that you'd be scared to fail your exam because you might be thinking, if I fail this exam, it's going to lead to these bad consequences, like might not get into university or whatever it is that you're thinking about. But the reality is, okay, that fear itself doesn't make sense. Okay? That fear itself is irrational. Fear, okay, is something that does not make sense in itself. Why is that? Fear, okay, what is fear? Fear is the belief, the idea in your mind that something bad might happen. It's the idea that you think this thing could happen and I would really like it not to happen. Now, the thing is, the outcome of the exam is not mysterious. It's not like a ghost that might be there or not be there. The outcome is very clear. There's only two outcomes in the exam. Either you can pass or you can fail. So that's the first thing. There's no mystery to what's going to happen. Either you're going to pass the exam or you're not going to pass the exam. Now, no need to be scared. Why? Okay. If you study and you do the work, you will pass. Okay? If you put the work in, if you study, you will pass your exam. Guarantee. If you don't study and you don't do the work, then you will most likely fail. So if you study and you do the work, you put all the hours in, you do all the repetitions, you're going to pass. Okay? It's not magic. If you don't study, you don't put the work in, then it's very likely that you're going to fail. It's not magic, yeah? Now, in the cases where you put the work in uh, and things go wrong, now again, if you put the work in genuinely and you do everything that you need to do, especially if you focus on those high percentage skills, then you're going to pass, okay? You're going to pass. Now, I'm just talking here about sort of grade. If, for example, you get a grade um, or you make some mistakes, some things go wrong, then all it means, okay, is that you can fix those things in the future. Now, let's just say you completely fail, you completely fail the exam. Well, now you've completely failed the exam, and now you know that you need more practice and that you'll know exactly what you need to work on. So, and then once you know that, you can fix it, okay? And then you can pass. So, even if you fail this time around, all right, you can look, oh, here's what I missed out, here's what I didn't do. Then you can go to college or go to wherever you need to go to, do it again next year, repeat the qualification the next year in your school, and then you can pass. So basically, what I'm saying is that failure is not final, okay? Which is a very famous quote. Failure is not final, all right? So failing, there's no need to be afraid. Why? If you put the work in, you're going to pass. If you don't put the work in, you probably won't pass. If you don't pass, you can learn what you need to work on, yeah, what mistakes you made, and then you can fix it because everything has an answer, all right? Everything has steps. You'll know now by doing this course that everything has steps, everything has an answer. You can uh, ask someone to help you, yeah. You can work with me if I've got the time, and then you can learn how to pass. So there is no need to be afraid. The emotion of fear is pointless. Okay, it doesn't give you anything, it doesn't do anything. It's just taking energy away from you. So fear, okay, is unnecessary and also it's irrational. It doesn't make sense. So let it go. Yeah, let go of it. You don't need to be afraid. All you need to do is just put the work in and do the repetitions, believe in yourself, and believe you're going to pass, and you will pass. And if you don't, it's not the end of the world. Just take a note of what went wrong and then uh, take the steps to learn what went wrong, do it again, and then you'll pass. It's that simple. No need for fear. No need for fear. And that's in regards to this exam and everything else. Okay? Everything else as well. Fear is not a necessary emotion. You don't need fear for survival. You already have, you don't want to be afraid. You want to be aware. Anyway, I don't want to get into this sort of too much, but you should not be afraid of anything, okay? At all. Fear is unnecessary. It's a useless emotion. What you want to be is aware. You want to know what you have to do to get the good thing and to avoid the bad thing. But being afraid is pointless, okay? So be confident, do the steps that you need to do, and just remember failure is not final. So don't be afraid.